Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your 2021 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Cancer. And before we get started, take a moment to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure you check out the links in the description box if you'd like to work with me one-on-one. I'm also running a class called Cosmic Council where we're going to dive deep into intuition, Akashic records, sourcing your own guidance, all sorts of really good stuff. So if you feel called, you should definitely check that out. And make sure you hit me up on Instagram at Onyx Healing if you feel called. So without further ado, I am going to lay this spread out and then we will get started. Okay, let's start with your oracle cards. First thing, afraid of the attic. So if you're avoiding any emotional processing, if you're trying to hide or sneak around any of the dirty work, this is not the year to do that. That will bite you. So you want to make sure that you're addressing things as they come up, because when you don't, it will build pressure, and that's when things become explosive. So the sooner you address it, the better off you're going to be. That's the first thing that you want to carry with you. And then we also have snake. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of transformation. This is reminding me of just shedding your skin. So I think there's like a film or a layer of something that isn't working, and that's what's melting away, and you're shedding all of that in 2021. So it'll be interesting to see what this is and how it manifests for you. But you can think about all of the little pieces that that aren't working for you, and maybe you're in conditions or circumstances that you're trying to evolve out of, or there could be a new piece that you're trying to unlock for yourself. It's just opening up to new possibilities and the higher expression of yourself in 2021, right? We're always in that process, but it's a really significant growth period and growth spurt that's happening for you. And then we have right. You have a story waiting to be told. Do some journaling. Write it as you would ideally have it. Storytelling is going to be really important in 2021. What are you telling yourself? What are you saying to yourself? How are you communicating with yourself? Because you are listening at all times. And then on top of that, maybe actual creative writing or journaling is going to be a go-to tool for you. Now, this first layer is the timeline for 2021. So quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. And the first quarter for you is the King of Pentacles. Abundance, being able to map out what it is that you desire for yourself moving forward, right? There's that crystal ball that's sitting right there, and it's just trusting that everything that you require is going to be provided as you step into it more fully. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. So the wishy-washiness is, I don't want to say the enemy, but that is the residue that could potentially get in your way. The King of Pentacles is decided. If you go in saying, I don't know, maybe, no, I'm going to ask for this, and then I'm not, and then I'm going to ask for this other thing, it will not work. It will not work. You have to be clear first. So make sure that before you ask for anything or step into anything, you need to be decided and clear and grounded in the decision. That is a really key part of this working for you, especially like you can start off strong, but I might even work out the bugs. Like if you're listening to this in December, work out the bugs before you go into 2021. Quarter 2, we have the Devil. This is temptation, uncertainty, old habits. And again, this is where the afraid of the attic comes in. all of the stuff that acts as a distraction for yourself, that's what wants to be worked through. That's what wants to be broken down and witnessed. And so the second quarter is going to be really significant as you level up, right? This is a transformational year for you in the sense that you're going to be evolving into this King of Pentacles, right? Solidifying more of yourself in that way. But as you step into that, it can get shaky because it's like, oh my God, can I hold this? Is it really happening? You know, you can kind of have a regressive moment as you're making your way into bigger and better. And then the clarifier is the Seven of Pentacles. So having a lot of irons in the fire, I want you to be careful with distractions. So the second quarter is really important for you to manage your distractions heavily and diligently. Don't take your eyes off of them, right? Just being really self-aware during the second quarter is going to help you the most. And not feeding into shoulds and not feeding into things that you're not really jazzed about, okay? The third quarter, we have the Eight of Cups, really changing the way you see yourself and the way you see the world and the circumstances that are around you. It's like there's a lot of self-evaluation that is happening throughout this year. It's just really potent, right? So let me pull the clarifier. We have the Moon. Yep, so moving out of this uncertain state or this, oh my God, can I do it? The waffling, right? All of that resistance, because doubt, fear, and withholding from yourself is you essentially stifling your potential. Okay, so as you drop those stories, you tell yourself something that's more beneficial, supportive, healing, and connective. That is what's going to help you most. But during this third quarter, you're going through like a major mental transformation in the sense that you're seeing the world through a new lens. That's what's happening here. And that only comes from challenging yourself here. When the devil comes up, the temptation, the old habits, the old behaviors, the old patterns. As you acknowledge those and shift those out, shed that skin, and beware of like shiny object syndrome, right? Because sometimes a bad habit can appear as a shiny object, and then you can kind of get lost in that if you give it too much energy. So you need to go in with your regal energy, okay? Go into 2021 with that rulership energy and let that be the focus. Get back to your core why. Get back to what energy do you want to be holding and circulating. And then let the perspective evolve with you as you practice the embodiment of it. And then during the fourth quarter, wrapping up 2021, we have the Four of Cups. You will have to say no to things in order for this to work, right? So think about if you're starting off with this regal energy, this king regality, okay? Do kings just say yes to everything with zero discrimination, right? No, you have to be able to decide what's a yes and what's a no for you. You have to be able to discern and properly evaluate what you want to come into your space and what you don't. So if you're feeling guilt or obligation around saying no to things, right, that's going to be something that you want to address. This is a lot of internal mechanics that are getting lit up in 2021. So I will say this is a foundational year and it's setting you up for the next however long. Okay, so I just want to point that out to you, that you want to kind of take this in stride and know that using your discretion, using your discernment in the fourth quarter is really going to set you up for 2022. And to clarify this, we have the Daughter of Cups, addressing guilt. Okay, so any of those childhood wounds that might come up around, I want to do everything, but I don't have the energy for it, or any storytelling around having to say yes. Okay, that is what you want to take care of in this fourth quarter. So all in all, this is a big year for you. It might be really nitpicky, right? You're going to have to stay on top of your stuff, on top of your wounds, and on top of your desires, right? Continuing to connect with those and clarifying as you go. And then just make sure that you're saying yes and no to the right things for you. This is not a 3-card pick. That will be next. But we have love, romance, relationships, money, material realm, and then what's growing and expanding for you. In love, we have the Page of Cups. So your naivete, right? The celebrated, childlike love. What I mean by that is not a distorted, naive energy. Okay, that's not what I mean. It's the innocence and the purity underneath, like being loving because that's the source of what you are. Okay, that is what's going to be helpful. I need to say this as a disclaimer. This doesn't mean that you just open the floodgates for abusive people, okay, or for people who don't meet your standards. It doesn't mean you sacrifice your desires or you tolerate being treated poorly. I just have to say that for the people who are like asking about dysfunctional relationships. That's not, because that's also self-betrayal. That's not loving. Okay, that is not a loving energy. That's not a pure love energy. So you want to think about, like, pose the question, what would love do? And see if you can start operating from this more innocent, pure, heart-centered space. Card number 2. Or no, not card number 2. This is money and the material. We have the World. This is you tapping into more of your divinity within what's actually available to you is infinite. Previously, you may have been adding a lot of limits to yourself or conditions or needing to come from too much left brain. So this is opening you up to there's infinite possibilities, infinite ways for money, material, resources to come through to you. Okay, and then we have what's growing and expanding for you. We have the 7 of Swords. So this is really you showing yourself, like showing the things that you most desire to put into the world. Okay, so this is also because of this year being kind of cluttered energetically for you and you having to shed the clutter, release the clutter, address the shadows is what's happening this year. And so what's happening is as you let go of the things that are not the expression of you, letting go of the not you, then it creates an opportunity for your expression more fully, your authenticity, your genuine desires, your needs being met, you being met with the people that you desire to have in your life. It's kind of like any turbulence or any frustrating area for you is going to be resolved by you connecting and revealing the energy that you want to hold, like the fullest you. That is what needs to come through, but you have to break down those layers. So once again, it's kind of pointing to this snake card that's on the table. Now we're going to do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question, ask for guidance, clarity, support, whatever it is that you're needing. If you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. Card number 1. We have the Ace of Wands. This is like, yes, go for it, execute on it, pour energy into it and see what happens. You know, you leap first. You really have to get out of your head because you're not going to get clarity from the mental body. You will only get clarity in this particular context by going for it and seeing either where you land. So don't worry about knowing ahead of time. make an attempt, you know, in some small way. Try it first, taste it first, and then see where it goes after that. And then you can evaluate. So it's like if you can sample or taste or give a small amount of energy first, that would be ideal. Otherwise, it's kind of like, yeah, just go for it and see what happens. Card number 2, we have the Empress. This is divine feminine. This is your receptivity. And I'm also getting that if this is the card that you've been drawn to, you need to relax around concern of timing or needing to force things. Force is kryptonite if you picked this card. If you're trying to rush and force it and push it and trying to arm wrestle an outcome, that is just not what you want to be holding at this time. So you need to relax, breathe, hold it with, you know, kind of like hold it this way, not this way. So just relax. You need to relax, receive, let it come to you, tap into your magnetism more than force, okay? Take action, but don't force and white knuckle things. And then card number 3, we have the 6 of Cups. This is soulmate connections, and I'm getting relationships are really important for you. So making the right connections, meeting the right people, networking. There's a lot of availability for like soulmates to come through in all ways, in whatever you're needing. Is it romantic? Maybe. Is it career? Maybe. Is it a practitioner for your physical well-being? Yeah, it could be that too. You know, whatever context you're asking. And I would look at network, growing the number of people you're surrounding yourself with or you're in contact with. Looking into those strategies is going to be really beneficial for you. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you would like more videos from me. And also, if you would like to join Cosmic Council, class starts on December 19th. Make sure you check that out. The link is in the description box. All of the decks are in the description box. And I cannot wait to see you next time. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.